up the heat, and our next guest is burning up the charts with a hot new romance novel. But before writing a swoon-worthy love story, Hannah Brown went on her own journey to find love in 2019 on ABC's hit reality dating show, The Bachelor. She won America's heart and went on to become the Bachelorette later that year, hoping to find her Prince Charming, but instead, her journey, as we saw, ended in heartbreak. But today, Hannah is not only living her happy ending, she's writing happy ending as well, and she's winning over people's heart. Her debut novel is so amazing. It's called Mistakes We Never Made. Instant New York Times bestseller, and fellow popular romance novelist Abby Jimenez calls it a fun, fast, epic rom-com. Please welcome my friend Hannah Brown to the table. Oh my God, I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
Oh, it's so beautiful. I mean, okay, congratulations, ma'am. Bestseller, New York Times, first novel.
It is so overwhelming. I am so thankful. A lot of work went into this, but to be able to see people already resonating with the book and loving it is truly a dream come true.
Well, that's because you deserve. We first met, I think, in 2019 when your memoir, God Bless This Mess, and where you told your story, and people have been rooting for you to have this beautiful, happy ending.
Yes.
You're engaged now.
I am, yeah.
And so there you are, planning this wedding while writing this novel. You really like to dive right in, don't you?
I do. I think I like to keep a busy schedule.
You do. I love this. So this book follows Emma and Finn over their complicated relationship. They met in high school. They were debate partners. They almost dated, nearly got together after college, and ultimately they turned into enemies.
Yes.
That's a recipe for a disaster.
Absolutely, but it makes for a good story.
But it makes for a good story. So we have an excerpt from the book where you write about them reuniting, and it reads in part, "A bemused snort escapes me as I realize that in all the years Finn and I have been circling each other, we never actually gone on a real date, never done the whole dinner and a movie routine. It's kind of wild to think about given everything we have done together. I grab my new brick red lipstick and pull another swipe across my bottom lip as my mind turns over this realization. Is it possible I've been avoiding the typical courting rituals with Finn because I'm afraid of getting hurt by him again?" Ooh, I could go on.
Yes.
You write so beautifully because I'm there with her. You know, she wants to go on this date. This guy's hurt her before. She's going through the lipstick, the second glance in the mirror. Was this inspired by your life?
So I think I don't know about everyone, but hasn't there been somebody in your life that you're like, if we could have just figured this thing out? They're like,
trying to get us divorced? We moved.
No. But that like almost in your life.
Everyone has that person.
Everyone has that.
I think
It's
so.
like, when you're younger, you don't know how to communicate with each other. And so I love this story because even though it's not my own life, I think we all kind of question, what would happen if, I don't know, we all went to therapy and learned how to actually communicate and had that second chance to be able to, you know, figure out what went wrong.
Well, that's what kept Facebook in business. They said half of Facebook traffic is people checking in on their exes.
No way.
No, they say that people are curious about the one that got away.
Yeah, totally. So I thought that was really fun to be able to tell that story. But no, it is not my own life. I think I just go off of, you know, there have been times in my life where like I was either it was maturity, not having the wisdom, not just knowing how to share my feelings with somebody else to be able to like tell that story through my own thoughts and feelings.
So
and
it's not your life, but it's certainly inspired by the many stories that you've heard from people, especially being on a very popular dating series where you heard every love story possible. I got to tell you, it melted my heart to see Adam, your fiancé, on Instagram, where Adam was recording you opening your book. Wally, your pup in the background. Let's take a look.
Looks really good.
Wow.
There it is. That's great. What do you think?
I think it looks amazing. It's very you. It'll look great next to God Bless This Mess.
It will. I didn't even think that.
Oh, yeah.
That was weird.
That was weird. I have to tell you, as adorable as you are, I couldn't stop looking at the dog.
He's the cutest thing ever.
He's the best book promo thing in the world. Just keep the book by the pup, and it's a winner.
I call him my child star.
You call him so cute. When we come back, we're going to talk with Hannah, and guess what? We get to learn more about the upcoming nuptial, her Prince Charming. Adam joins the conversation after the break.
Guess what? I'm a New York Times bestselling author.
That's insane. In a genre that you have no experience in. That's huge. It's just gonna keep going, dude.
I was so happy.
Okay, that was a clip from Hannah and Adam. Okay, first of all, I felt like a voyeur. I was like, oh my gosh. I felt like I'm in the room. This is your first TV interview.
First one.
Yeah.
First
Live in
one.
flesh, yeah.
That's crazy.
It's a pretty big one.
Are you, I mean, she's lived her life in the public eye, of course. Are you a more shy person?
I wouldn't say I'm shy. I'm just not used to this. I mean,
Yeah.
Well,
I don't want to say the wrong thing. I don't want to make her look bad. But
Well, you're off to a
You're
beautiful.
good.
You've won
thank
over
you.
the audience already. Okay. This love story is so sweet. You met on a dating app,
We met on a
not on a
dating
reality show.
No.
Not in
That's
some.
what.
She
That's
already
why.
tried that.
Yeah, I've done it all. When people say, "Oh, I can't go on dating apps," I'm like, I went on a dating reality TV show. If I can do it, you can
Right.
do it. It is, and it was so cool because even though we met on the dating app, we actually only lived 3 doors down from each other on the same street.
Which is so interesting. So, when you were on the dating app, does the dating app tell you how close the person is?
No, so you have a search radius.
Uh-huh.
But our pictures were on, like, her first picture, my first picture were on the same street. And we lived literally 3 houses down.
Had you never seen each other?
No.
Never.
So
What,
like,
how big are the houses in your neighborhood?
no,
You wouldn't know.
It's a lot of people.
We lived in Venice, California.
Yeah.
And yeah, you know, on your dating profile, you have all these different pictures. I feel like mine was really great. I feel like I did a good job of showing all my different sides of myself. And one of them was me on a bike, just like cruising
You're
down
like,
the
oh, look at
street.
me, I bike, I cook.
And I saw his profile, and I was actually the one to like his photo first, but he was on a skateboard on the same street. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna like heart this. And then he messaged back and was like, hey, you're in my neighborhood. I was like, well, you're in mine. Same street, had a picture on our dating profile, and then yeah.
The rest is history. You got engaged last August. We have the pictures at Bolt Farm Tree House in Whiteville, Tennessee. Whiteville,
Yep.
Tennessee. I love this. You know, I've gotten to know Hannah, and she is just one of the sweetest people. And we did your podcast together. We had some heavy conversations about life and love. How did you know that this was the right time for you and the right person for you?
I knew pretty early on that I wanted to marry her. And Tamron, when I say I planned this engagement for a long time, I mean it. I planned it for a good 6 months. And I wanted everything to be perfect. I wanted it all to go, smooth. It took a little bit of turn, but we got there, and it ended up being perfect.
Well, he's saying that when we got engaged, I think it's so important to talk about this because pictures are beautiful, and it was beautiful, but it was so
what
funny.
happened?
So he's been planning this for a while. I am in therapy, which I love. I was going through, I was just an anxious mess for a little bit, and I came home one week, and I was like, I don't know. My therapist just said, I just don't need to make any big life decisions right now. He's been planning this.
And what am I supposed to think when she says this to me?
And it's the week he's been planning to propose. And so it was so funny. Our story is, very unique because then he's like, okay, her well-being. I'm planning this. He ends up telling me, he's like, okay, Hannah, we're at dinner. He's like, I just want to I don't know what to do here. I just want to use my best judgment. He's like, but I love you. I want to marry you, and I'm planning on proposing this week. And I go, why did you just tell me? So anyway, we had this whole discussion. He was like, oh no, what did I just do? He ended up still surprising me, which was great. So I got my surprise. He used his best judgment to be able to prepare me. But it was just a funny
Beautiful.
story.
Well, I know you're practicing for your big dance, right? You're in dance classes for the wedding. You're doing a whole big number.
No, well, we.
Well, look, you're taking lessons. That means that you're going to do a big dance thing at the wedding.
I'm sure we will, but really we started taking these classes together to really connect. We work with a great therapist because our big thing is we're not just planning for a wedding, we're preparing for a marriage.
Oh.
And so we take a lot of time to really work on the way that we communicate. Like even in the book, communication is so important for a relationship to last. And so we've been taking that really seriously. And one of the things that our therapist suggested was for us to have a hobby that we do together each week to connect. So on Wednesday nights.
So Wednesday night is dance night. So it's meant to connect. But I still want my dream big dance number at this wedding.
Oh, we'll definitely do it.
You know what, as I said, we got to know each other, having real life conversations away from this life, and I could not be happier for you. I'm happy for this, but I'm also happy that you found the right person to love you the right way. Thank you so much, Hannah and Adam, and thanks Adam's first TV appearance. You did marvelous. High five, buddy, high five. Listen, Hannah's first ever novel, New York Times bestseller, Mistakes We Never Made, is out now. And, you know, we like to share because y'all are friends and we're friends. You're going home.